Hey, thanks for tuning in to EMTalk. I'm your host, Eugenia Schipelliti, and we've got some super interesting guests tonight. We have Frank Favada, who plays Frank Lissa on Paragods, as well as Sheryl Norton, who plays Heather, and Hannah Heckman-McKenna, who plays Sam. We also have some interesting interviews with Stephen O'Brien and Rina-Fay London Monroe. All right, let's start this. All right, thanks for joining us. So we just finished episode 5, and last week was episode 4, but some typical New England weather here, so we're gonna make up for that this week. So, but we'll start with episode 4, where we finally met Gwen. Wow, she seems really pissed and scary. Do you guys have any idea what's up with that?
There's definitely some hidden issues, I think. I think maybe we'll get into it.
I hope so. I'd really like to find out, because that kind of thing doesn't happen naturally. Just one day you wake up, you're like...
Maybe she just doesn't feel like she needs to impress anyone, and maybe she doesn't like anybody, so she's just doing what she has to do. I don't know.
Comes across very natural.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It does.
It does. That's true. So that's a female perspective. You, female perspective, right? Because you played a female on this episode. Was that uncomfortable for you at all?
I wasn't really playing a female, I was playing myself. I am a cross-dresser, so...
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. So how was that lifestyle?
Too long of a pause. Yes, it's true. You should be proud of it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's just rare. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's not as rare as you guys think, but...
Well, I'm sure you get plenty of people asking and staring, and it's a typical response, I guess.
True. I've been doing it so long now that I'm more comfortable cross-dressed than I am in male form.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because girls have better clothes?
Definitely.
I would think so.
And it's
You
just
think
so much...
they're more comfortable? Really?
I mean, you
don't
can wear
know.
yoga
stylish,
pants
more
and
stylish.
it's okay.
Stylish, yes, but comfortable? I don't know.
Those yoga pants, though, I mean, a guy really
Well,
can't wear yoga
But
pants, but
women's-
you have the exception.
Women's clothing, though, gives you different feelings, too. Guys are...
You get a breeze. Yeah, I dig it.
Well, I have a question.
Sure.
Because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering too. Do you think that the episode portrayed us as being insensitive and, not politically correct or however you want to put it? Offensive?
No. Personally, towards me, I don't take a lot of offense. I mean, I'm comfortable with being a cross-dresser, being out with the girls, being one of the girls. And I have so many friends now since I came out about 10 years ago or so that it's just, I just feel more natural. I know it doesn't come across in the show as me being natural because I'm more clumsy and all awkward with the chief, but he's like scary.
Yeah, so there is that.
Well, I mean, do you think that it portrayed it well in the fact that it was more of like the looks and being questionable, like the chief asking you, like, so I have to ask, what's with the skirt? I mean,
No,
do
that's
you think that's pretty common?
That's pretty common. I mean, when I first started coming out and stuff like that, I remember this one time when I was in the mall and I looked a wreck. I stayed over at my friend's house and passed some teenage girls and they pointed at me and started laughing and I went crying and ran into Fredericks and the lady there.
Well done.
Conveniently right there.
The lady in there consoled me. She hugged me and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, teenage girls can be real bitches. In fact, I would know.
Bullying. No
Yes, I
bullies
felt bullied.
allowed.
Oh, that's horrible.
No hate.
Well, it's good that at least you've embraced it, though, and moved forward with it. I mean, because did you, carry that as a secret for a while and stuff? And
For a long time.
that must have been hard.
It was. I mean, and I wasn't comfortable with it with myself. There was a lot of depression brought on about it, but now that I'm out with my friends and whatnot and everybody's okay with it, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's inspiring that you had the courage to do that. I hope everyone else knows. Have the courage. You can do it.
Gotta be yourself or you're not gonna be happy.
Yeah, you are the best you. True fact. So, speaking of you and self-identity, your character, there's some questions raised about you. So, do you actually, does your character actually have guy junk for real?
Well, you don't, right, though. I guess
Guy
we'll just have
junk.
to wait and see. The thing is, whether or not she does, it doesn't really change the fact that she is female because gender isn't here.
True fact.
It's not your plumbing.
It isn't your plumbing.
It isn't your plumbing.
So what is your character's gender?
She's female.
Sure.
She's female 100%, whether or not she has a penis or not. She's a girl.
110%.
Because that's gender. Gender is what you feel.
It's not what you got.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Jenkins still wants to know.
Well, I mean, it is really natural to be curious about that kind of thing. I have several transgender friends, and once I got to know them a little better, I asked questions, and you learn. As long as people are respectful about it, there's nothing wrong with being curious.
I wonder if he's
Human
ever going to get the
nature.
courage to actually come face to face and ask your character.
Do you think?
So, do you?
Punched.
Or anybody's actually going to ask you. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
The chief
Yeah.
might. He asked me.
Yeah,
I know, we
wow.
should
I
present
look
it to
forward
the
to that
chief.
moment.
Have him
That'll
ask.
be quite a showdown. Wow.
Be like, so, I got to ask you.
What's with the joke?
What's with the junk?
So, special ed. He seemed like the whole innocent, naive type, and then in this episode, was it? No. Oh wait, that was episode 5. I have it written in the wrong part. Do we? Well, we have Dudley still.
Well,
Dudley.
he talked about porn and so.
Really?
He's always
Yeah,
talking
he
about porn.
had a whole diatribe listing about
In
that.
episode 4? No, because
It
that
was
was
three, it was
5.
three.
That's
What? Whoa. Really?
Yeah. He rambled on for like.
Because
a
they were
minute.
sitting there asking,
Yeah, about
about
possibility.
So he
of-
is
of
just
the
a raging sex addict or porn addict or
Yeah.
nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
And lives with his mother. I'm disturbed.
Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering how and when he actually watches it when his mother's in the house. I mean, it has to be on mute. I mean, everybody watches porn on mute.
She might
Maybe
be
they
watching it
share
too.
bookmarks and they're both into it. I mean, where
Oh,
did this come
no.
from?
I mean,
Oh,
look
that's
at the
wrong.
kinks that
That's
he's
wrong.
into.
Yeah, the weird
I mean,
stuff
come
he's
on.
into. I feel like he had an interesting upbringing.
That shit can be
I
daft,
just
too.
think that he's just.
I mean, he is in his late 40s, early 50s.
I wonder if he's a virgin. Like,
That could be
40-year-old
why he's so
virgin.
into porn. Whoa, guys, we just had a breakthrough. Like maybe that dildo incident was like the first time, and it's like changed him. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, and now
Oh
he's
my
no
God.
longer a virgin because of the
Oh my god.
incident.
Guys, we watched this happen. Holy crap! We were there for such an important
Well,
moment.
wait a minute. Technically, he's not a virgin if
Oh,
the
yeah.
other. I mean, if something goes, I don't think that's actually considered a non-virgin.
Well,
virgin.
I don't know. Maybe it's all up here again. It's all up here. It's
Maybe.
yes, that's possible.
We'll get the chief to ask.
I don't know if we want to ask him this kind of a thing. Excuse me, Chief, you got a question? No.
But yeah, he definitely is fascinated with the porn.
I think
With
he's
the
a
plumbing.
You hear it a couple of different times, actually.
He's a little bit fascinated with things of phallic nature
I
too.
was
I
saying
mean,
Yeah,
banana
and
with
with
the
the
banana,
banana.
that's,
Oh, yeah.
there's some repressed tendencies there.
I see a theme happening.
Yeah, right?
The Ed.
And he does get taken for being a couple with Jenkins too. So.
But you know what? I think everybody like harasses him or jokes with him or whatever. But he really takes it well. I mean,
He's
gets
naive
along
to
with
it, though.
everyone.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't
goes right
realize.
over his
Goes right
head.
over his
Yeah.
head. But I honestly think he just doesn't care what people think.
Yeah.
I just really don't think he cares. He just is who he is.
He's
which-
twisted but good natured.
Yes,
Yeah.
a good way
He's
to
like,
be.
yeah, cuddly,
Exactly.
twisted teddy bear.
Like most of us.
No, we're just twisted.
It would be fun if we weren't twisted. Come on, let's be real. Yeah, he hit on that Hooters girl too early on. Remember that? That was kind of like, and he didn't seem to get that she was like, dude, like just stop. He's like, oh, that went really well. Yeah.
You know who the Hooters?
Yeah, Chief's daughter. What? Both
Daughter
of
number
them?
2.
Yeah.
I can't believe that both of them are like looking for sugar daddies, into older men. That's just good
Similarities.
job raising them. Huh. Yeesh.
They both have secret.
They do. Weird,
Secret
similar
lives
secrets. Both kind of.
It's like they're almost
Boorish.
competing with each other. I
Yeah.
noticed that, like when they had that rivalry at the pool party, and they were all like, well, at least my boyfriend's like this and my boyfriend's like that. So I think they compete with each other.
Well, his Hooters
Yeah.
daughter's winning having a doctor.
What's that?
I said his Hooters daughter's winning having a doctor.
Well, Alex has the dreamy, Irish, like
Irish.
EMT. I
You're
mean,
just on
A young
accents.
Russell
It's
Crowe.
really-
Slash Jared Butler. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think she wins. Just saying. I mean, what's his face? The doctor dude. His beard is pretty fabulous, though. Love his beard.
Dr. Dude.
Why are we talking about his beard? We should be talking about
It's
his, you
just-
know what?
That was
need to help with
impressive
that,
too,
though.
but I
We
think
all
his
know
beard is
somebody
just,
with that, right? It
it's
was
a dangerous
too big.
weapon. That was,
You'll poke your eye out.
whose eye is at that level? Oh God, guys.
Well, I mean,
Midget forms.
Well, you got glasses. I say what?
Midget forms.
Okay, Ed. Okay. Oh my Lanta.
It's definitely at knee level.
Never ends.
Oh, well, I think he plays that part perfectly, especially for being a diabetic and his reactions to everything. But it was not just, you know, being diabetic, but him taking Viagra on top of it. Oh, that was a fun combo.
Good thing
Yeah.
he wasn't having any heart issues.
Oh, I know.
That would have been entertaining. As well.
It's a good thing he wasn't at a swingers party.
ugh.
Oh,
Well.
lots of eyes getting poked.
Oh my goodness. So anyway,
I'm still thinking of the beard. It's a great beard.
it is. It's actually what we call it chin strap.
Yeah.
Technically,
Facial
it's chin
hair
strap.
thing.
Yeah.
It's just really, it's like, it's a nice beard.
Oh.
So you like beards?
It's a nice beard. Yeah. Speaking of things that people like, I realize now every single transition that I do starts with speaking of, I think it's my catchphrase. Speaking of, oh crap. Anyway, speaking of things people like, no, but so Jenkins finally actually, hit on your character, and we had suspicions about that earlier. We were saying, is there going to be a thing? Is that possible? And so finally, he put forth his interest. You didn't seem to notice as your character. Do you think that he has a chance though, or do you think Matt's stolen you away for real, forever, never?
Well, you really see that in episode 5, and
He's squirming.
I
He's
think-
squirming.
I think
Why is he
she's-
squirming?
I think she likes Matt, but Matt wants more.
you know what? You just don't know yet. But I think Heather just doesn't see Jenkins in that light because he's always so.
Perverted.
Like
You
brotherly
know,
almost, like a brotherly
no.
relationship?
No, I
Towards
think
her?
she just always thinks
Well, like-
he's
Towards
joking around
He like
or
the joking type,
being
You don't joke like that
sarcastic
to your
or.
sister.
Well, yeah, he's kind of a little weird. I was just thinking like the annoying, like pain in the butt, like brother. But yeah, he's kind of that is crossing the line, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like weird,
Brother.
awkward cousin from some Midwestern state.
I think it's like any other, playful flirtiness, like whether it be among friends or coworkers. That's how she sees it, is just a playful flirtation, but nothing ever serious because he doesn't come across as being serious about anything. So, I mean, you'll notice that she kind of points out when he's actually being sincere, like, oh, I like that, or
Yeah,
oh.
with the Ed thing. She's
Yeah,
like, oh, I
with
like
the
that
Ed
You do have a
side.
soft side.
And
Yeah.
also when Matt took it really hard about the girl dying, so she does notice those things, but she just doesn't, I don't think, sees that he's actually serious. So it just kind of goes over her head because he's never made a direct move. So in that scene, she doesn't even hear what he's saying because Matt comes along and kind of beats him to the punch, and
Ed wasn't helping either.
she sees him as being more sincere and forthcoming and straight up, so she takes him up on his offer. But whether that's going to be a long-term thing, short-term thing, maybe just see what happens.
Yeah, now what's Matt doing for work now? The elderly thing? That's
Here.
yeah.
That's great.
Mrs. Benson.
Yeah,
her.
that was a funny scene.
Yeah, that was.
That was amazing.
Fake
Yeah.
guys, that was glorious. Actually, I feel like that was
You
one
can
of my
have sex
favorite
with
ones.
me
boy.
as long as my body's still warm.
I know.
Oh my god.
Because when it's cold,
Because that was cold. That's just wrong.
it's just wrong.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just wrong
wrong.
altogether.
No,
she
just
reaches
that
out.
part.
She reaches out to touch his butt, like.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not a fan.
I mean, there is definitely.
As long as you guys are that way when you guys are that age.
Yeah, keeping it fun whole time.
Yeah,
Oh
I know
yeah.
it.
I feel like it's gonna be so much fun being an old person. I hope that I don't lose it and be like one of those boring old people who's just that ain't my hip hurts, crap. I'm hoping that I'll actually be I can play prank stuff. Betty White and that
Yes.
that show where they play prank stuff. Oh my god. I want to be the best old person. Oh god, it's gonna be great. I
It's
can't
gonna
wait.
be a cane or a walker.
I want those wheelie things. I can like have races, like drag racing.
There you go.
Yes, I'll drag race
Some
with a
nitro
Ferrari.
on
Yeah,
there.
the scooters. Oh yeah, I'll like charge people to sit in my basket. I'll drive into these scooters.
Sit in your basket.
All right, so we're gonna cut to some interviews with Stephen O'Brien and Rina-Fay London Monroe.
I am Stephen O'Brien. I am from Dublin, Ireland. I have been at the acting business since the early 90s. And I've been in and out of it various, through dance as well, theatre, film, and working again now in the New England area on various different projects, including the one we have now before us, Paragods, which is on Sunday nights on YouTube at 8 p.m. How much am I really like Dudley, my character? Not really anymore. I'm much more sensible than that now. I don't jump into every opportunity that passes me by. But there may have been some reality in there a long time ago. Toughest scene? Ooh. I think the toughest and the funniest scene was probably the scene, the golf balls, Chief using my balls. I can't even say it now. It was tough. I just couldn't get the words out, and it was also a great laugh. How many women have I landed with the Irish accent? Okay, hold on. It's what year is it? 2014? Hold on a minute. Get my calculator. Yes, it's true. I was an original cast member of Riverdance. I toured many years with them, and I can perform very well from the waist down, if need be. I'd like to see Dudley getting into some trouble, actually. He seems to have a bit of a smooth ride of it. For the most part, he's been getting away with it on all fronts. And the only flack he's been getting is a little bit of trouble from Heather. I think it'd be good for him to get into a bit of trouble, because he deserves it. Stephen O'Brien has a few projects coming up. The next film that we'll be premiering, I'll be playing a character, Southern United States post-apocalyptic gangster. That's a mouthful, isn't it? In Future Justice, which is a Rhode Island production. And I have some parts coming up in Cape Crusader, The Dark Hours, Blue Suede, Silence, and Hunting Season, which are some local indie New England films that are being made, and I'm going to have a busy year ahead of me in 2014.
Hi, I'm Eugenia Schipelliti, and I'm here with Rina-Fay London Monroe, quite a mouthful, and she plays Gwen on Paragods. So, your character Gwen doesn't actually make a debut on the show until episode 4. Now, how did your character come to be?
Well, actually, I met Sean last year. I work alongside with Chris Doobie. I have been for the past couple of years making films, and he introduced me to Sean. And we had a brief meeting, and at the time, I guess Sean had written already most of Paragods, and he met me, and from there on, he had created the character Gwen to kind of see if, maybe I could fit in that role somehow. And I got the email from him, I read the script, and I just thought the character was awesome and I really wanted to play her, so I definitely said, yeah, I'll definitely do it. No, that's pretty much how it came to be. It was just like that, so.
So, is the character Gwen anything like you then?
It's kind of funny because, like I said, I only met Sean once, and he had kind of decided to write this character in just for meeting me once, and I kind of think that she is maybe the over-exaggerated, comical extension of me. So she is a little bit like me, but like I said, probably an exaggerated version. So she's a lot of fun to play, definitely.
She's like the Rena caricature in like video form.
Yeah, kind of just like over the top, ridiculous, really funny version, probably.
Interesting. So, what do you think that she brings to the table then with the whole like EMS scene?
Well, she is obviously a really angry character, and a lot of people say that, in those ways she's a lot like the Chief. So those two are similar in that way, but she she's not a newbie EMT for Sandville. She's probably been doing this job for a while. She is good at what she does, and she can handle the job well because she's kind of morbid in a sense. So a lot of that stuff she can really handle. So it makes her good at her job. So that's what I think she brings to the table for Sandville.
So Gwen has no problem with her job. What about you? What's been the hardest part, for this whole thing? What's been the hardest?
The hardest part is probably just, there's been some scenes where, just her facial expressions, her eyes and things like that. It's so funny. It's hard sometimes for me to keep a straight face sometimes when I'm doing it because she's so ridiculous, just with her anger and stuff like that. It's pretty comical.
Yeah, that is a challenge. I got you there. If you've seen any of our episodes of EMTalk, it's hard to keep a straight face. So that's the challenge. But what have you what's been the best part so far then? Like your favorite part of this entire endeavor?
Honestly, I don't know, I can't think of a specific part that's been my absolute favorite. I've loved doing it all so far. She is a character that she doesn't come into the game till episode 4, so there's not a whole lot for her there. And every part from then on I've enjoyed, just working with everybody, and I've just had a lot of fun with it so far. So I can't think of one specific thing that's been my favorite. I love it all. It's awesome.
Wow, it's great. Well, hey, cool character, cool person. It's great talking to you.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. So Dudley and Alex, so they have a thing now. How long do you think that's gonna last?
Until Dudley takes his tongue off.
A short while.
Really?
Thin lining, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it lasting. She's obviously just screwing around, and he just wants a younger woman. Like,
Well, I don't think he knew what a younger woman really meant. I mean,
I
that
don't really
lifestyle.
see any. Like, Alex is such a bitch. Like, he's only gonna want to deal with that in addition to like her dragging him around when he desperately needs sleep for so long.
I know. I think he's just caught up in the whole
younger
with a
woman
younger,
wants me.
yeah, younger chick, and
It's
he
building his
seems
ego.
cool and everything. But you can
His
already,
ego.
That's
not ego. Yeah, he's building
That's my ego.
No, I mean at the
Okay.
party, you could definitely see that was getting really awkward, and they thought he was somebody's
I
dad.
know, or uncle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dated the girl's mom
Oh
too.
yeah,
so.
really creepy.
Well, I think it's going to run its course. I think you can already hear him making complaints of, how tiring it is. He's trying to avoid her.
Going to work is the
And-
break.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the conversations he was trying to have with the younger kids at POA, and he goes, "Oh, I'm doing it right now," and he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like he just was not on the right page or lingo with the kids. So, I just think it's gonna, be short-lived, personally.
She's gonna wear him out.
No,
Yeah, I'm surprised it's lasted
in
this
one way or
long.
another, right?
Oh boy, it went there.
No, I actually meant because he even refers to that stopped after the first couple of weeks.
True fact.
So,
True.
I think she.
So why is he still hanging on? She's obviously not like a wonderful person to talk to and full
Because
of love and stuff.
I think he's actually afraid that if he ends it, she's gonna say something,
Yeah.
or it's gonna make a scene, and then he'll still get his ass kicked. by
Because
the
she is
chick.
always at the firehouse, and Chief is gonna be there when it happens.
That's kind of Kafka-esque right there.
Or she'll, like a revenge
Yeah.
sort of thing. Or
Either way, he's
retaliate.
screwed. So or not screwed. Oh darn,
He's already not.
God, it just sucks for him. It's always a
I think he's gonna hang on until it's
But he's gotta worry about both.
She's-
Maybe she can
done
break up
with
with
it.
him, and then he can be the dumb
Or
thief.
both the daughters. He's gotta worry about both the daughters. Though.
you got to do the reverse psychology. Is that
Uh-oh.
if he should make it like he wants something serious from her, and he wants to come out and make the relationship public. I personally think she'll be like, I think
Yeah,
she
she
enjoys
likes
the
being behind
drama
the scenes and stuff.
and that thing. So
Definitely.
if he was smart, he'd try
It's
that.
part of her game.
Try that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make her lose interest first, and then he's in the clear. That's a smart way to
Win-win.
go about
Yeah.
it.
It's very manipulative,
How
but
does he
hey,
do
it
that?
works.
What with tactics.
He'll have to figure that out.
It's like a
himself.
war strategy.
It
It's
is.
the war of
It
love or
is.
lack of love or whatever. Yeah.
Mind games. That's what it is.
He's like the
Art of
trophy
war.
guy. So.
Yeah. All right. So, hey there. She knew I had a question for her. So I've got a question for you.
Okay.
So your character and Chad, they've been working together a lot. I mean, probably numerous years. So what's that relationship like between the two of you? Two of them.
She is so tired of his shit.
Seriously?
He takes everything so seriously. Like, he takes his freaking cheerleading trophy seriously. What was he in 3rd place? What the hell, man?
Out of
I think
5.
fifth. Oh no,
He was at 3rd
out
out
of
of
five.
3rd out of 5.
And the winner.
Like, he just, oh my god, he needs to lighten the fuck up.
Maybe it's the pants. Won't let him.
No, they improve circulation. It's why gymnasts wear them.
No, his balls are getting crushed. And he's like, he's turning into a woman. He's turning into like a bitchy, like menstruating.
So Sam
woman.
has a penis and he has no balls.
Yeah, yeah, it evens out.
So it works then.
It does.
So together, you guys are.
But yeah,
One
no,
girl.
I just Sam really like she actually really enjoyed talking to like you guys. You were nice. You were having fun.
Your pants
and
were
you were
nice,
getting your
so.
jobs done regardless of all the shenanigans, all the fun, and she wants that. She wants to be able to enjoy her job. She wants to go to work and feel like she's accomplishing something, but not having this overbearing force like just dictating every little move.
Yeah.
This cloud of
Yeah.
like 80s
I
funk.
feel like between the two of us, especially at the bar scenes, is like here the guys are like, like testosterone, and we're just like, come on, let's get along, let's have some shots, and you're like, oh yeah, fist
Yeah.
bump, girl, It's like okay,
Yeah.
like we're trying to
Loosen up.
make everybody get along and just loosen up and
His pants are holding it back.
Yeah.
They're just too tight.
But I think Jenkins and Chad will never lose that rivalry. I
Where
think
did that
they're-
come from? The rivalry.
Chad is a douchebag.
Wait, but seriously, why do they hate each other? The two.
Well, because Chad is trying to take over Sandville County.
That's where it started.
And
Because it
in
seems
Sandville
personal.
County, Jenkins is, I believe, has been there forever and has been, everybody says what a great medic he is, whether he's been,
Well, there's got to be a little play. With
gotten in trouble because of some of his joking around, but
Yeah.
he still gets the job done.
Yeah.
I
Chad
think
and
Chad's
Selectman
maybe
Gordon.
jealous on it a little.
There's got to be a little play with Selectman Gordon and Chad too, since they are
A thing.
the thing behind the scenes.
When two people share the same common interest about, he wants
Share a
that
mutual
county
belief.
and his grandfather supposedly owned that and he feels like it belongs to him, and then Gordon, the issues with the chief, and so they combine forces to take them down.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. I guess.
So if they were just to combine though, would they all lose their jobs, or couldn't they just combine into one thing and just work together in a beautiful
I don't think
harmonious
Chad would
family?
allow that. I think he would he's made a couple comments to Heather, like, you need to apply with Freestead, because Sandville's a sinking ship, So,
True.
but I think he wants to leave Jenkins out in the cold, and I think he gets satisfaction that
Like
he's gonna
everything,
be gone,
it's a power
see you
game.
later, bye. It's a power thing, I think he feels
Guys.
inferior to Jenkins.
Stupid guys.
It happens.
No, I think he
Happens
feels
everywhere.
superior. I think he still has that superior attitude over Jenkins. And
Yeah, but I think
That
that
comes
comes.
from insecurities,
Yeah,
though.
Jenkins
the way
didn't
he
win any
acts.
cheerleading contests or anything.
I think he still
Not
has
even
some
four.
insecurities.
Jenkins probably would have won if he was in the same competition.
True facts.
I don't think he would have been in the same competition. I just don't.
I said if he were.
If. No, Ed on the other hand, no.
Oh,
No.
still a different competition.
I love Ed. Which reminds me that scene with the two of us at the soda machine. It was quite funny to do. It was funny because when he came out and he's like, "Hi, Heather," and there was like that awkward pause, and believe it was intentional to do that, but at the same time we had to do it a couple times because the first time when I went to do that, somebody goes, "Do you need a line?" I'm like, "No, I'm doing that on purpose. I want that."
This is acting, people.
And it worked really well because it
I'm like, I
drove me
want
nuts
that.
that it took so long for you guys to speak again.
I know. Well, there's those moments. It's that long, awkward.
And it was
pause.
more awkward because Ed's smiling the whole
I know.
time
He's
all
just
weirdly.
like, he's like, he's like,
And-
and I'm like, so
was that Dungeons
how
and
is that Dungeons and Dragons thing? Because I didn't know what to say to him. I didn't know what else he enjoyed other than porn. Come on.
We all know he loves his porn.
So I tried to bring it on a,
So how is that
clean
porn?
level.
Yeah,
Surprised
that
he
would
didn't
be
bring
so good.
in Dungeons and Dragons porn or something. I don't know.
That's
Oh,
probably
is
why I
that a
was
thing?
asking to join the.
I don't want to know if that's a thing.
I don't know if it's a thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. But
Okay.
that was just a very funny little scene.
Yeah.
Because there's not too many scenes with just me and Ed. So to make it that awkward silence. Because Jenkins is always there to be the comic relief. I think, because they've been partners for so long,
It's his little buddy.
it's his buddy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he knows how to kind of lighten the mood by basically outing him like, dude, you're acting funny. What's going on? You know,
What's up with the
You know, be
banana?
like, that's it. Yeah. He goes, this one time, use your teeth. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, God.
And now we should.
I know. So he's not afraid to actually say something. But when you're trying to be polite and you don't know what to say, it's that awkward. Yeah, like he's socially awkward. Like
Yeah.
he's just socially awkward.
Yeah, he has been living with his mother for a while and just hiding, watching porn. So all the
And-
social
and that's
interaction he's
the
missed out on.
Only thing we know about him too.
Yeah, I wonder what the rest of his life is like. Maybe he was married at one point in time, then it failed miserably, and then now he lives with his mom, or has he lived with her the whole time? Maybe his porn addiction went wild, because he was so lonely after his beautiful marriage. What are you laughing at? I'm not crazy. This could
It
be a
is
thing.
a little bit difficult to believe.
He's such a sweetheart, though. I mean,
He is.
I know you say
Yes.
that. No bad.
Oh my goodness! I just remembered the scene where he with the plunger.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I love it. Oh, it's so funny. The plunger scene. The reason you were great in that scene, but also there's this. It's just for a slight second when they walk in and Jenkins is there, and then Ed sees. He goes, "Oh my God, this is bringing flashback. I gotta get out of here!" And he walks away, and just his whole face like. Oh my God! I was dying laughing because he's like, "Oh, I gotta leave the scene."
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
That-
so.
It's crazy how many
was-
people we had in that
that's
tiny
awesome.
bathroom too. To
Oh
do that
my
scene.
God, right? I don't know how we fit everybody in
I was in the shower.
there. You were?
Yeah, I was doing the sound
I didn't
from
know
the
that.
shower.
Oh, the sound. That's why.
Yeah, I bet it had great acoustics, right? In the shower. That's what they say.
Yeah, well, it's true. Or is it? It is true.
Yeah, that's why you sing in the shower.
And you feel like a rock star, and then you try to sing somewhere else, and you realize, wait, I suck. Crap.
Yes.
I was so good in the
Like,
shower,
I think
though.
I sound better in the shower.
Like, ask the soap. They'll tell you I'm great.
Which reminds me on episode 5.
Speaking of
Really?
which.
Not
Which
a
is
good
really
thing.
horrible about that scene too, because it was really true. It really happened.
What? Oh,
The plunger scene
Yes.
that really happened in real life.
yeah, that's a
except it
true
was-
story.
It was a woman though.
It was a true story.
It was.
100% true.
Wait,
A real
wait,
call.
The
real-
plunger, like,
Up the butt.
Uh huh.
I
Did-
said it. I
did
said it
she-
because everybody's like, you
did
know.
she really fall on it, or were
Yes.
they having some kinky play?
No, no.
Yeah.
She went.
Supposedly really was drunk and fell on it.
wait, does that, like,
Sat on
be
it.
really
That's
bad?
gotta be
Sat on
like
it.
that aim that it would
You have to think about it though. If you're really that intoxicated, and the plunger is usually right next to the toilet.
My little
And
behind.
if you kind of like
Yeah.
slip, and then you just slip just the wrong way, and you, you
that
know.
would just be that would.
I mean, that's like their
Oh,
chance.
that's pain.
Yeah,
Just
it's
thinking
a
of that's not
Think
good.
about it,
Just
like,
imagine
You should have played the lottery.
Yeah. Right?
Hole in one. For crying out loud.
Wow.
That was awesomely bad, wonderful plan.
That was
love that.
horribly good. Oh,
I'm
God.
in pain.
Yeah, I was thinking that
I'm
one.
surprised that wasn't used in the scene. It's almost- it's like a fair game.
Oh, my God.
That's one of its
I
points.
love the motion. That was great. That really illustrated it well. Eh?
Well, I mean,
Oh, God.
get a handle on it, right? Okay. Well, as you can see,
We're corrupting
where
the minds
the
of the
scenes
innocent.
were written, how how easily it is to get to that
And just
point
pile it
because
on.
just you sit around talking and joking and laughing and just things just kind of end up becoming of it. So
Mutual insanity turns into hilarity, and then
And
hey,
it
it's
goes
a
on
show.
TV.
but I mean, it was based on a true story. So
Did she die? I feel like she would die.
No.
Did she walk
You
ever
wouldn't
again?
die from having something go up your bum.
But a whole handle of
Depends how far it goes up.
Splinters, maybe.
that's my point though. Is how far it goes up. I mean, geez, imagine her lungs getting punctured.
Things can go up there pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not kidding. They can.
yeah, but that's like
For
2
real.
feet if she fell through the whole thing.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
That's
suck
like
a lot.
from here
Well,
to your
I
throat.
would think that it would stop at some point on its own.
I think the toilet might have saved her.
Like, do we have a plunger here that we can like hold up
No.
next to see? For like honestly, oh my god, you guys.
I guess we don't get into the whole how far.
I'm
but
really
it's just the
glad.
fact that it happens
Uh,
is terrible and funny.
and painful.
Right.
I mean, it's funny after the fact that they're okay.
Yeah.
It's funny that it's not us. There's that
Yeah.
too. I don't think
Well,
it'd be so funny.
it's a
if it
good
was-
lesson to be learned.
Stay
Don't
away
get
from plungers.
that.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, don't get that intoxicated where you don't know where you're falling.
And if you plan on
Or
getting
use smaller
intoxicated,
plungers.
hide your plungers and all other stick-like objects that aren't bananas.
or at least put some sort of, stopper on the top. I
Put a
don't
glove
know.
on it.
I know. I don't know.
Turn it into a toilet paper holder.
Yes. There you go.
Or just like put it down like sideways. Like under the thing.
But
Can't-
I mean, I'm sure people don't realize that though, that it was based on a true story. So
I feel like a lot of these things
yeah,
are.
a
aren't
lot
they?
of
A
these
lot of 'em
things,
are.
if they
They
hadn't
really are.
if they hadn't actually happened, like that you guys know of exactly, I'm sure they've happened somewhere.
oh yeah.
The amount of things that have probably
Like,
happened
people-
somewhere. I'm just
People do amazing,
Well, look at
ridiculous
1,000 Ways
things.
to Die. By plunger.
No, yeah, there is. I mean, that's a show.
Oh,
Yeah.
1,000 Ways to Die. So
See, I laughed. I think should go.
Good job. All right, so episode 5 also had kind of a special quirk to it. Like, the whole thing was a musical. How did that whole idea come to be? Really?
wasn't my idea. I can tell you that. We were there at one of the meetings before everything. And we gathered around trying to come up with ideas, and I believe it was Ian that might have been. Actually, no, it was the chief. So Sean Allen actually had thought about a musical episode, and there was Ian as well that was there. But the reason why the chief, I keep saying the chief, Sean came up with it is because I believe he said something that he used to do that with his daughter.
Yeah?
That they would have a musical day, and they would have to sing the whole day in music. And it was it's kind of a challenge. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of cool. Like I've done that with my daughter as with accents. Like, let's see how long
Let's
we
be
can
British
go.
today.
Yeah. So you do these little fun, quirky things with your
Yeah.
children, but that's
Or-
where you got the idea from.
My sister and I sing to each other for no apparent reason often.
Yeah, it's just, something fun to do. And
Switch it up a bit. Yeah.
challenge each other. But yeah, that's where it came about. I believe it was from him and his daughter that used to do that. So that's really sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
I wasn't really keen on the idea at first, but I said, what the hell, I'll do whatever. I sound like crap, but whatever. I'm not good at singing, so if you want to do it for the comical side of it,
Which it helped.
then that will be.
Yeah, I gotta say, the first scene with the singing, with your whole thing, I think that was the best of all the singing scenes. That was, what was it with your rear end and all those brilliant rhyme things happening and the moves. Oh boy, that was fabulous. I loved it.
She started dancing.
It's like, in my butt, and I'm dancing, and I'm singing, in my butt. It was great. It was really, it was fabulous.
Oh my.
And that was like just off the top of her head too.
No.
For real, really, wow, that is
No.
some kind of talent right there. I don't know what to call it, but it's something.
Definitely not a musician in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. I avoid musicals usually. But this was more like, talking with with your voice or something, just kind of singing, but you're talking.
It's like
so
talking
it wasn't
with
so
rhythm
bad.
and
Just put a little vibe
variation
in
in
there.
pitch.
Yeah, if you gave me a song to sing karaoke, oh god no.
Maybe if you had enough drinks, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it was tough for me. It actually was very tough because I was a little self-conscious, but then I said, what the hell?
Well, you can't tell in
It
the
didn't
episode.
come off at all,
Yeah.
huh?
I was thinking, I'm like, because I mean, if I was super uncomfortable singing, I feel like this would be such a hard episode to do because everyone like had to, whether you were cool with it or not, you know? So I feel like I would have been so nervous.
I just said, what the
So
heck?
let's see how
and
long we
everybody
could go
makes you
singing.
feel so comfortable.
All right, we'll do it. Ready?
Well,
Okay,
everybody
sing
makes
the
you
rest
feel
of
so
this one.
comfortable, so you don't have to worry about him. Plus, I knew that if it was really bad, he'll do a million takes. So I was like, okay, you can piece it together.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that was an interesting episode because not too many, shows do something like off the wall.
Yeah, that was like
It
a
was
different
kinda
type
cool.
of thing. There's some like musical episodes of things, but normally those are like rehearsed dance
Yeah.
numbers, and this was such a different variation of like the musical episode. It was more authentic.
We're definitely not
day to
clean.
day,
No.
realistic kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was cool.
But it's something that you would do something stupid with your friends. and stuff.
Well, there's a lot of like card games and things where it's like okay, so like there'll be like a rule, and if you break the rule, you have to you're out or whatever. So it's like you have to the whole next few rounds you have to be singing. You have to sing everything that you say, and if you forget to sing, then you're out or whatever. So there's different variations on that with your friends and stuff.
Right,
so that's
definitely.
yeah, it's fun stuff. I think you can make like a card game for Paragods. We should do that.
There we go.
And
With
like,
our-
oh god, I'm gonna do
with
this.
our
This is gonna be a
faces
thing.
on
I'm
it.
really
I think it
psyched
should
now.
have something to do with swearing and singing.
Swearing and singing and
Just
kidding.
Porn?
Embarrassing incidents that happen.
Yeah.
911 call.
Plungers.
Should be
Oh,
a
yeah.
board game.
Home wreckers?
Yeah, like Monopoly, and one of the figures will be a plunger, and the other one would be a dildo instead of the dog and the.
We have like a cheerleading
iron.
trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paragods Monopoly.
Yes. So wait, do you have a musical background? Because you sang for like a whole half a second there, but it was actually wicked good. Not that yours was.
Oh, no.
But,
Yours was very good. I mean,
let's
that
be
high
real.
note. It was like.
It was piercing and glass shattering and fantastical.
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do.
Indeed, yes.
No,
You heard
I've
it here.
been singing longer than I've been talking. I actually, my
You
mother,
cry sing?
my mother took me to her voice lessons throughout a pregnancy when I was an infant, and when I was 6 months old, I started humming along with her in one of her voice lessons. It was "What Can We Poor Females Do" by Henry Purcell. So that was my first song I ever sang.
Wow, not your traditional
Or
first
hum.
song to sing.
Yeah, no, not really,
It's
not at
Twinkle
all.
Twinkle Little Star.
It's an awesome song. But yeah, I've been singing literally my whole life and doing training. I was in I've only been in a handful of musicals because I'm really a classical singer, and that's well outside my comfort zone. I mean, you can tell by what I did that I had voice.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Hit it again.
That was like
I know,
a flute,
that's like-
but a human. You're a human flute.
And I'm not
That's-
warmed up.
Yeah, for not being warmed up, that's fabulous. Fabulous.
But yeah, no, I love to sing. It's my joy.
Yeah.
Joy.
I sing in the car a lot.
It's
Oh,
my
I do
pain.
too.
Radio.
I sing by myself.
I sing in the shower. Those acoustics, man. Woo!
Yeah.
No
in the car.
plungers.
It's kind of funny when people are driving by.
And you're just like,
Rocking out.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
There's certain songs that come on.
you just can't help it.
I'm
Whenever
like
say something comes
Kelly
on, I can't.
Clarkson. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
And I'm like that in my car, and people are looking at me on the highway, and I'm like,
You're just like, buzz off, dude. Like, my car is my sphere. I don't give a crap about the people on the outside. Unless if I run them over, which that's problematic. But that hasn't happened yet. So we're good.
I'm not gonna win that. It
What's the
doesn't.
song? Who sings the song? I'm a fighter.
oh, I
Meredith
don't know.
what?
I'm a criminal.
Oh, Meredith Brooks?
Meredith Brooks. No.
No. I'm a,
No.
Oh, I know what song you're
It's,
talking about.
I think
don't
he's
know.
right.
Oh wait,
No.
I'm a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah,
That-
I'm a bitch.
I'm a lover. I'm a mother.
Yeah,
I'm a.
Meredith Brooks.
I'm
Yeah.
a sinner, I'm a saint.
I
Do not feel ashamed.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I love that song.
It's a good song.
I just don't know.
You just don't know the words either.
I can
Unless
sing
it's on.
along to it, but there's certain ones, you know. So, but
Huh.
when you're actually on the spot doing the scene with no music in the background whatsoever,
You're just singing lines. Oh my god.
and I can't sing. I mean, I can't hear it. I just don't know. You should have given me lessons or something. It was interesting.
Wow.
I was disappointed I didn't get to sing one.
Maybe there could be a thing where you try and pitch the idea to Chad to do because you want your own musical day. And
Oh,
then
but he is
you're the
such,
only one that'll do it.
He is
though.
such a poor sport, though. He doesn't want to do it. He's such a jerk.
He's just tightly spun.
Maybe
He
he
doesn't
needs
have
a
any
singer for his
fun in him.
dance-themed restaurant.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and you can wear a funny thing like
The
funny
camel,
outfit.
camel
Your outfit?
I mean, a camel toe uniform.
Oh my god. I was like, what outfit? What are you
know
talking?
outfit.
Yeah, no.
And you can sing and dance in it, and it'll
I
be
can't
10 times
dance.
more impressive.
No,
I can't dance
no
either.
dance.
I might apply
so
for that
bad.
job.
No, that's
Yeah. We can be twins. Twinning! All right, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week when we'll be filming the finale live in Berlin.
No, there's too much fuss about celebrities.
Bloopers.
No. Alright, we're gonna take a look at this. Alright, go ahead.
They're just regular folk like you and me.
Great.
I got this one for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna stop the wheeling. All right, so we're gonna cut to an interview with who's it with? I was gonna say between, but just with Stephen Oprah.
Oh my god, I got
Okay, we're gonna cut to some interviews with Stephen. Oh fuck! God, Jesus
No,
Christ!
it's O'Brien.
Stephen, oh fuck! I know I get confused sometimes. It's just that face.
Yeah.
All right. I was going. All right, shut the tiles. Okay. Oh my god, am I crying? I worked so hard on my makeup. Okay, you're a monster.
I'm not on camera.
Hi. All right, well, thanks for joining us today. So, all right, guys, son of a bitch. That was just awkward and weird. Can we do it again?
Creating bloopers on purpose.
No, I swear I'm not. I just
so.
No. All right, thanks for catching us. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to EMTalk. I'm your host, Eugenia Schipelliti, and we've got some super interesting thoughts. Okay.
We've got some interesting thoughts.